Path Media. I was a minimum wage movie theater usher that made good and became a top earner in my network marketing company. Now, after 16 plus years in the profession, I'm finally teaching myself how to leverage the internet with online marketing and social media marketing to continue to grow and expand my business. My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about the struggle being real. Yeah, the struggle being real. So I've been kind of feeling a certain sort of way lately, and I wanted to share this with you, in hopes to give you some perspective and some insights into your own processes, and the inner workings of your emotional journey that we all go through, right? The cycle that we all go through in order to get to our destinations. It's a recurring and repeated cycle because if we're continually renewing ourselves, right? If we're on a growth journey, if we have a growth mindset, then it's going to cycle through every time you iterate into a new phase of your growth, right? There's that inception phase. That's a lot of what we've been talking about, this year so far, because it's the new year. We have resolutions, we have new goals that we set for ourselves. So it's exciting, it's new, and you have a lot of enthusiasm for it. But then eventually all that wears out, and you still have the work left, and so your brain starts to tell you some crazy things, and that you can't do it. Maybe you shouldn't have even tried, or you even worth it. And that those are called deception patterns, right? Because you after the inception phase, you hit the deception phase. Oh, by the way, I learned this stuff from an amazing community that I'm a part of called Growth U. I lean on this community quite a lot. Especially since 2020, since pandemic. A lot of amazing principles that have helped me through, on my personal development and growth journey, right? That's what it's meant to do. So if you're interested, just go to ronniecruz.com/resources and click on grow to learn more about them. You can sign up for a free newsletter every day in your inbox. That'll give you very, very useful prompts and tips and tools to again, serve as kind of a guide on your growth journey. And beyond that, there's programs and there's communities that you can participate in as well. So I learned the cycle of performance, or the cycle of growth, through this in this community, and it's been incredibly helpful. Looking back on my life, I realized that it's a recurring thing, right? Like if we're on a growth journey, if you have a growth mindset, you're going to always cycle through this cycle of performance, right? Because with each new phase of your growth, you're gonna have that excitement. It's something new, something fresh, and which will eventually wear off, and then you'll get to the deception phase. And I won't talk about the rest of the other two phases of the cycle of performance, but that's where I'm at right now, right? The deception phase, because I really am feeling a little bit like I'm doing a ton of work, and I've communicated with all of you before how much work I'm doing right now, especially in the content creation department. However, in churning out this content, especially since the new year, I am feeling that because of there's so much work, I'm feeling like the needle hasn't moved and isn't moving, and so it makes the work feel daunting. It makes the work feel like drudgery. It makes the work feel overwhelming. Now, on top of that, realizing then that I'm doing all this work, and I also realize that I have so much more I need to do, right? I have so much work I still need to do. There's still other pieces of my funnel that I haven't even dove into yet, right? That I haven't even, taken the first step into implementing. And so not only am I feeling overwhelmed with the current work that I have, I feel even more overwhelmed with the idea that I have even more work that I need to tack on and tackle. So with all of that and seeing the end game and the destination that I want, I start to question, well, do I really have what it takes, right? And then that's when the imposter syndrome kicks in, right? I got all these things going on, this mechanism in my mind. I'm grinding it out. I'm working, to at capacity. I'm churning out content left and right. I'm on all the platforms, et cetera, et cetera. Then feeling like I'm hitting a wall because the needles doesn't seem to have moved, and then realizing that I still have so many other pieces that I need to put in place, equates to, man, do I really have what it takes, right? Do I really have what it takes to be the next Brendan Bouchard? Do I really have what it takes to be, the next Mel Robbins? I want you to know that this is normal, right? And I share this pattern with you. I share this, just kind of where my head's at right now with you, in hopes that it gives you perspective, and realizing that we all go through this, right? You're going to go through, if you haven't gone through this already, you're going to go through it, and it's okay. It's okay. Excuse me, having the awareness of this cycle of what you're going through in your mindset and your emotional state will allow you to not be reactive to those things, because I can easily, in this emotional state, stop doing what I'm doing and just toss in the towel, and take a week off, and drink a case of beer every day and just watch football, even though I don't really watch football. That's just an example, right? Or watch Netflix, right? Binge watch TV shows on Netflix, and eat a lot of ice cream or whatever it might be, right? That could easily be the reaction and the response. But since I'm aware of this process, I'm aware of this cycle of growth, because I've gone through it so many times in my life. I know what to do, and I'll share that with you in the next episode. What to do, what I do when I feel like I'm hitting a wall, and that the needle's not moving in the direction that I want it to move. I'll save that for tomorrow. However, in today's episode, I just want you to realize that you're going to go through it. It is very much a real thing. The struggle is real, but it's 99% of the conversation that you're having is only in your head, and doesn't really apply to anything external. It's just yourself talking. It's just your deception patterns telling you that, okay, you should go, just veg out on Netflix and eat bonbons, which you can do too. We're all allowed to feel overwhelmed, and just to kind of take 5 and take a breather. But again, in the next episode, I'll talk about getting back on the horse as quickly as possible and recovering so that you don't lose momentum. But for now, it is a real thing. If you're hitting a wall right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's normal. It's normal. It's not that you're not worthy. It's not that you're not capable. It's not that you're an imposter. It's just a normal part of how our minds operate, to keep us in the familiar, basically, right? To keep us in our comfort zones. So that's where I am. That's where I am right now. But regardless of that, I'm still trucking forward. So you're going to get a new episode tomorrow. If you want to learn more about the Growth You, again, the link is in the show notes, ronniecruz.com/resources. And click on, I forgot what I was talking about, ronniecruz.com/resources, and then click on grow, and you can learn about the community. Again, there's a free newsletter that you can sign up for every day with personal development tips to your email inbox every day, as well as paid programs that you can go through that will really help you not only level up in your performance, but teach you principles that you can take with you, so that you can be aware, just like me today, be aware of where you are, and take stock, so that you can move through these cycles, these phases, in a healthy and productive way. So look for the link in the show notes, ronniecruz.com/resources, click on grow. And beyond that, I'll see you tomorrow with a fresh new episode. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.